Hey, Megan.
It's Tuesday, and here we are again. And we're here with some sage advice to help people make good decisions when they're buying or selling a house. And I like when the market kind of goes through these changes so that people take pause and take note, and hopefully they're doing their research so that they have a successful purchase or sale of a property.
Absolutely, you bet.
So we've got three things to talk about today. And how about I will name the things, the top three things, and then you can elaborate. How's that?
Perfect.
Because this has to do a lot with loans. Okay. So number one thing to avoid when you want to purchase a house is putting off getting pre-approved. Tell us about why people do not want to put off being pre-approved.
Gosh, that's so big. I get calls on a weekend, for example. Hey, we're making an offer. We want to get the offer accepted. What do I have to do next?
Yeah.
The loan approval. And so, well, we can do that, but now you're just under the gun. I mean, you don't know the numbers, you don't know the credit scores, you can't issue an approval letter for a seller. There's so much going on with the offer, and now it becomes confusing, and there's typically more than one offer. And so it's a time crunch to get it submitted, and it just makes it very, very stressful. Not that you can't do that, it's just not the best way to do it.
Yeah, you got to get your pre-approval while you've got your wits about you, because if you find a house, all of a sudden your brain turns into jelly and you get anxious and upset and all this kind of stuff. It's like you don't want to be making big, huge decisions about your payments for the next 30 years when you're not in the right headspace.
Too much pressure, too much going on. I've learned over the years, as I know you have as well, that when you spend time with a home buyer, give them a very clear mortgage plan. That's the key, right? So that way, when they're looking at houses and want to make an offer, they know exactly what to expect and what the next steps are. So the stress level goes way, way, way down.
Right.
And better process, and it's an easy process. And by the way, it's easier to do it early than late. It's the same process either way. But if they're doing it earlier, we'll go to a full underwriting loan approval along the way while they're looking at houses. So even better. Now they're even the most qualified buyer of all the offers. Less stress.
Plus, I mean, you need some time to sort of, really rake things over and make sure you're cool with the payments and the closing costs and the down payment. And, just it's nice to have a little breathing room when you're making these big decisions. So damn it, people, do not call at the last minute. It's like I make a list of things I have to do for the day, and I do the things I don't want to do the most. I do them first, right? So sorry, Rick, to tell you, you are not the most exciting part of a home purchase.
I know, I hate it too.
But you are a very necessary part. So people should talk to you, even, before they talk to me, they should talk to you. But they don't know that. Usually they call me and then all right. Plus, they can explore different options, and different ways to structure their loan. And
there's options right now. There's lots of great options.
Yeah. All right. Number two, financing or co-signing, financing if you haven't finished buying a house, but you're at Lowe's because it's 4th of July weekend and they offer 0% payment for the next 6 months. You have to put it on, you have to open a line of credit. You don't want to incur. Yeah. You don't want to incur any more debt. Or co-signing for somebody on a purchase that they're about to make. Tell us about why that would affect our ability to buy.
Another good thing. So here's one thing that home buyers don't know. Really, nobody knows it. On all home loans everywhere, they always do a backup credit check prior to close of escrow. So if you have any new inquiries, you have to explain those and make sure there's no open credit. But you'd be surprised what we see. We've had people, I had a buyer last year, and I kid you not, we were down to closing. He was a super tight loan. He went out and bought a Tesla.
Shut up.
It's like, dude, what are you doing? We're trying to close. oh, I got this great deal and offered me some great financing and they were delivered on time.
Well, it's like now you don't have a garage to put it in or a plug to.
I have no way to charge your Tesla at night, so thanks for asking.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
But you know, and also co-signing, that's an important point as well, because people think, well, I'm just co-signing, they're making the payments. That might be true, but from a lending perspective, they are still obligated on that loan.
Yep. You're obligated for not half the loan, the whole loan. You've co-signed.
Right.
The
So-
whole loan goes on your credit.
Yeah, the whole thing. So no inquiries. No, don't go buy appliances. Listen, I know when you're buying a house, it's all exciting. You want to go buy appliances, buy furniture, buy cool stuff. Wait till the day after we close escrow.
Please, God help us. And no
Not
Tesla.
the day of, not 2 days before, not when you sign loan documents, the day after you close escrow, buy away.
I like it. Good advice. I got one more. And this is controversial, so you can fill us in on this. Don't change your job.
Or add to that, don't quit your job.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't quit your job.
I had a guy, another one, the guy signed his loan documents. What people don't know, by the way, too, is that when you're buying a house, we always do a verbal verification of your employment prior to closing.
Are you kidding me, Rick? You're saying that you pull anybody that's doing a home loan, they pull a soft credit pull to make sure you don't have any new inquiries, and they make sure that you are still at your job right before escrow closes.
That's amazing, isn't it? I know, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I had a guy years ago, he signed his loan documents and we're closing on that Friday. Typical closing, right? Easy peasy of closing. My funder calls the employer, still working there? Oh no, he quit yesterday. What do you mean he quit? I called him up because, yeah, I signed my loan documents. I thought it was all good to go. I quit my job. I'm going to go self-employed now. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't quit your job, but let's talk about the question of changing jobs.
Right.
This is case by case. And so if that's the case, call me first, walk me through what's going on with that, because there's a process. I've had buyers change jobs in the middle of escrow. And mostly it's because they're getting a better job, more paid, and that's great. Now, all we have to do on that, make sure it's in the same line of work, right?
Right.
Same type of a job, right? And then we have to verify that employment prior to close of escrow.
Right.
So as long as you're starting that job before close of escrow and we can verify the employment and the income, you should be good to go.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I think those are three very, very good points and hopefully easy to remember. And if you have a question and you need an answer and it's specific to your situation, just shoot us a message and we would be happy to answer that question for you.
Sounds good.
All right, good. Well, thank you, Rick, so much. And I will see you next week.
Next week. Thanks, Megan. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.